recent attack. Please remain calm. UC Security has everything under control.
Attention. The spaceport has been secured. Safety precautions remain in place. Please wait for the all-clear signal before exiting your homes.
There's been an incident.
That is
Please
all.
continue going about your business.
Did you see it? That man in the suit? Was there more than one?
Look, we all feel like we've been kicked into the ground 1,000,000 times over, but I think I have something. I'm serious. If I may, I know our encounter with the Hunter is the last thing anyone wants to talk about right now, but he said something that I can't get out of my mind. Unity. Do you remember that? Because he was stopping us, implying that we were getting closer to it. The thing is, I've heard that word before. It's an important concept in Keeper Aquilas's speeches.
The priest? Is the Sanctum Universum going to bless our little crusade of discovery?
It can't be a coincidence. The Sanctum has always believed that answers are out there in the stars. Look, I know it's the longest of shots and the biggest leap of faith I could ever ask us all to take, but why not talk to him?
And it would seem there is nothing to lose in doing so.
Thank you. I know it's not much to go on, but something about this feels right. I'll meet you over there.
If you are free, sir, can we talk?
We can pay to fix the damages, but some things are irreplaceable.
I have been thinking about us as a couple? I am not sure of the terminology. Our relationship, let us say. It is, and I am thankful for you every day. You and I, we come from such different backgrounds. I cannot really know all that you have been through, and you are not House Baroon. The foundational belief of my life, the one you do not share.
Do you not see a problem?
I am not suggesting otherwise. This does not work if I am not honest, if I will not speak plain. As much as I love you, and I do, I would very much like to believe that, and yet, when the Great Serpent returns, I know I will be by his side as one of the promised. But you are not like me. You are not House Baroon. Your fate, as much as it pains me, is sealed. I have tried to not worry myself over it, but I cannot stop thinking about it. What future can we have if that is the inevitable end? You understand, this is different. It is not what might happen, but what will happen. I have never expected you to share my beliefs. You cannot possibly. And I will not fault you for that. I do want to be with you, but how can I possibly... It would be foolish to do anything else, I suppose. You are so good at putting things into perspective. I just hate to think of anything coming between us, whether now or in the future. But you are right. I need to focus on what is in front of me now. Not something I have no control over. Thank you for talking me through this. It only serves to remind me how much you mean to me. How deeply I care about you. Really? You continue to surprise and amaze me. I am at a loss for words. Did you need... There is no such thing as too much, love. My culture deals with this so differently than I have seen in the rest of the settled systems. I need some time to consider what would be an appropriate, equivalent gesture. But do not mistake that for hesitation. You are the best thing that has ever happened to me. And I will not let you go for a moment.
I need to inventory all our equipment and other odds and ends for damages. No more Starborn have shown up.
You forget how much you take a place like the Lodge for granted.
We'll get through this.
Those Starborn aren't gonna stop us.
I will be monitoring everyone's vitals for signs of continued trauma.
The lodge feels a little colder than it used to. I know that tone. Thank you, dearest. What have you got for me?
Wouldn't mind burning some helium out in the fringe instead of being here, you know?
do appreciate that not every meter of land was plowed under to build the city. Street is far too grand for such a feat.
Heard the cabinet's assembled some kind of Levian-type pyramid.
Ah, yes. They build a monument to the people they lost, but not the people they killed.
Have you ever heard one of his sermons? They're really good.
Keeper Aquilus, can we have a moment?
Ah, Mateo. It's been too long. How are your parents? Your mother still struggling with that azalea garden?
No, she figured that out a while ago. Had to adjust the pH levels in the soil. But, Keeper, I didn't come to catch up.
Oh. Well, what's on both your minds?
Keeper, we were hoping to talk to you about unity.
You want to subject your friend here to one of our talks, Mateo? The future of humanity is always a long discussion.
No, that's not exactly what I meant. Keeper, when you talk about unity, well, does it mean anything else? Something secret?
Perhaps you should talk about this inside.
Aquilus has helped me through some tough times lately.
Now that we have a little privacy, why don't you tell me exactly what it is that brought you two here?
They're like nothing we've ever seen, Keeper. Gravitational distortion, sub-audio harmonic sequencing, unidentifiable energy fluctuations.
I caught half of that. So, these things are unusual? Even in your experience? There have always been mysteries that seem to defy our understanding of the universe. Beyond rational thought. We enter life as an act of someone else's faith in us. There's no way of knowing who we will become, and yet the risk is made anyway. So you've pushed into the unknown, not knowing where it would take you. And it's brought you here. I think I can. If you're willing to find your way in the dark for a bit longer, I can give you a path to discovering its meaning. There's an old story, far older than the Sanctum Universum, of someone who walked the settled systems and saw every corner of it. This pilgrim claimed he found the true meaning of unity. I always thought of it as just a parable for trying to bring humanity together, but maybe it's more. In my story, the pilgrim met the founders of the House of Enlightenment and the enigmatic cult of the Varun, and he gave them each a part of the truth. Then he goes to his final resting place to live out the rest of his days in contemplation of infinitum addendum, his addition or contribution to the infinite. But what if the story isn't a metaphor, but a code, a way of finding the pilgrim again, or at least his grave? Yes, something must be there. I just can't put my finger on it. Maybe the answer will become clear when we have more. The House of Enlightenment and Varun have versions of this story. The Enlightened work out of the well here in New Atlantis, helping the poorest citizens find a better life for themselves. Varun worshippers are more enigmatic, but there is a lone zealot that was captured recently for attacking UC ships. I visited her a couple of times. Hopefully, she'll be willing to talk to you as well.
I'll stay here with the Keeper. We need to catch up. And I wouldn't mind asking him a few more questions.
The lives of nearly every individual in the settled systems are so heavily influenced by what goes on in this building.
Please, if you experience any issues in your dealings with... Welcome to UC Distribute. Oh, well, certainly. Right. Come back if you need something else.
I am thankful these rides are quick. I do not like being in small, enclosed spaces with many people I do not know.
Selling art is a bit of an art itself.
There's a bit more in the back if you're not... Oh, please, take a look. Thanks for shopping at Jemison Mercantile.
I think I got them. What do you Yeah, I got coins.
You're back! What do you say? Will you take me with you? Plenty. I'm comfortable on a ship, especially in the gunner seat. I'm also a trained expert with shotguns. I have the certification to prove it. Aye, aye, Captain. I won't overcharge you. I'm grateful for the offer. I've been out of a job since I left the Freestar Rangers. Thanks! I think we'll make a great team, huh? Thanks for giving me a chance, Captain. I won't let you down.
Oblai, good to see you again. Can I get you something? Oh, is that a story? Remember when I said getting the ingredients was the difficult part? Yeah, about that. I may have gotten ahead of myself. I can mix a mean drink, I could run this bar. But this is something totally new. I want to do it right. But you know what that takes? Credits. Lots of them. More than I have. Oh, believe me, I've been saving for a rainy day for as long as I can remember. It still won't be enough. I need more than just a great product, which clearly I have. But I want to go big. Large-scale production, marketing, distribution. Here's the situation. Opportunity is staring me in the face right now, and I don't want to blink. This can be huge, galaxy-wide. I know it. So, I am willing to concede that I need some external help here. Investors. Know anyone who's rich and likes taking chances?
The men and women I knew who most coveted credits were involved in highly illegal activities. Also, they are all dead.
Okay, well, that is... It's not going to provide any direct help going forward, but, well, thanks. I am once again leaning on you, my very, very good friend, and looking for some help. You can't possibly turn me down, right? Well, a person of your obvious charm and grace must have some connections to wealthy individuals in the settled systems. I'm hoping you can convince a few of them to invest in my little business venture here with the knowledge that they will definitely, absolutely get their credits back. And then some. That's the pitch anyway. You really are the best, you know that? So, you know Walter Stroud, yeah? You both are in that Constellation organization? I think you should chat him up, pitch him the idea, see if he'll bite. If he does, we are that much closer. And if he doesn't, then we figure out a plan B. Go team! Catch you later.
You picked a good day to drop by. Bartender's making them strong today. You in town for business? You're with Constellation? Damn, that's cool. I've always admired you guys. Exploring the stars full-time seems like a dream come true. It seems like we have that in common. Personally, I'm here looking for work. I just quit my job as a weapon tester for MAST. I'm billing myself as a weapons expert, sniper tech specifically. Most travelers like having someone on their crew who's good with firearms. The settled systems are no picnic. Well, I'll be damned. What a coincidence. Working on a ship sounds perfect. I was hoping my next job would get me out of the city. What's your offer? Sounds like a fair salary for your new weapons expert. I'll take it. I'll head straight to my post and get to work.
If I can get some buy-in on this venture, it will really
Always good to see another badge. What? Seems like the Crimson Fleet is everywhere these days.
Of course, the United Colonies is paying close Heaven forbid something escaped their notice. Always a satisfying moment to return to your ship. I'm here for you, should you need me. Need to see what I'm carrying?
Sure. I've got a minute. You're handling this whole captain thing really well, you know. Do you have something in mind, or do you just want to pick a star and see what's there? I'm up for anything.
If you get into trouble, Barrett, you know where to find me.
Of course, friend.
Any day you make it through is a victory in my book.
Oh, good, you're up.
Yes? You need
Let's
something?
just pick a star and go. What do you think?
Got anything you need to offload? Trade authorities always buy. Need some work done? I'm sure you can find something you like.
you enter the city, please keep moving. Okay, no bounty. You're clear. Go here.
Ah, if it isn't my favorite part-time security officer. Crime has slowed down since you started helping out. See you later.
A visitor? I have all the company I need. He knows not the truth. He sends another to ask more incessant questions. The Great Serpent waits in the shadows. He will entwine the universe, and all but the faithful will be made as dust. That is the truth. No more, no less. Yes, I have spoken to your keeper about this. I will tell you what I told him, and then you will leave me. Jinan Varun meets the unbeliever. He gives false prophecy to Jinan. But such is Jinan's conviction in the Great Serpent, he does not hesitate. He cuts the unbeliever down. But the unbeliever returns. Jinan realizes the Great Serpent is testing him, and he will not be found wanting. 4 times they fight. Over 120 rotations of the planet they are on. Remember these 4 battles, Jinan, the unbeliever says. Remember these 120 rotations. But Jinan knows this is blasphemy, and delivers the killing blow. That is all. I have heard of no such thing. If it exists, it is a shadow that the Great Serpent casts to deceive the faithless. Then we are done. Leave me.
I know your type. A freewheeling space ace. Must be nice.
Oh yeah, that's UC Security. They're busier than normal these days, it seems.
Aren't you the one I saw running away from
As a tracker agent, my duty is to inform and advise.
There's a lot of work that needs to be done in the well. A lot of people in need.
If it's about the financial or food assistance programs, we are backlogged. Don't worry, we're doing everything we can. Oh, you're not? Sorry. Can I help you? Listen, I've talked about this with him a ton of times, and there's no record of a Unity pilgrim. But since you both insist, our early records are mostly administrative. Humanitarian projects, group counseling notes, charity expenditures. But there is a series of exchanges the founding members recorded in a lot of detail. It's the closest thing I have to what Aquilus is describing. A man walks into the first House of Enlightenment. The founding members just call him the Drifter. So they think he's a charity case at first, but no, the Drifter asks them a bunch of questions. If your philosophy is built on an individual's own morality, what about the second person? That second person might disagree. Isn't the problem of two what you're really looking for? And the founders respond, each individual must understand how the second person lifts them up. All of human effort is a story of cooperation pushing us forward. And it kind of goes on like that. He comes back every week for a year. Same conversation every time. Second person this, the problem of do that. Honestly, I think the founding members made it all up. There was a little more hesitation being openly atheist in the early days. I think they were experimenting with writing their own scripture. Fortunately, that got abandoned pretty quick. After the records of the Drifter end, you never see anything like it again. Besides what the Keeper would say about it, sounds like a gathering point, or a center. Or in mathematics, it would mean one, like the one, the first or the beginning. I'm sorry, were you always happy to help? If you'll excuse me, I've got a lot of aid efforts to coordinate.
Hey, you looking at getting into bounty hunting for the Trackers Alliance? Get yourself set up with a job from one of the mission boards in town. Not everyone's cut out for this line of work, but you'll be fine and get paid as long as you follow our motto. Show no mercy, leave no quarter. We are, quite simply, an alliance of bounty hunters. Some of us share resources, some of us go it alone. But the organisation makes it easier for us to do our jobs and legitimises our work, so that rather than being paid vigilantes, we are part of the system. Various people approach the alliance looking for those living on the lam. We use our unique skills to find and deal with them. I've got one I don't mind sharing with you. There was one time I had to track down one of our own. Someone I once called friend. She'd gone rogue. We have lists of our members and their contact information kept secret for obvious reasons. This one, she had hacked into our systems and began to distribute lists to the highest bidders. You can imagine many people would kill to have this information. So I had to track her and stop her before she could make the first delivery. Let me tell you, it's not easy to hunt someone who knows all your tactics and techniques. But I found her, and when I did, I silenced her for good. I can, and I will. But know this, Bounty hunting can be difficult work, so make sure you're prepared before you set out. If you think you have what it takes, then you can find Trackers Alliance jobs listed on mission boards, with payment delivered upon completion. I'll point you in the right direction, but after that, you're on your own. Follow the motto, and you'll be... Goodbye.
Checking your file.
Something to report?
Even just the sound of his voice is...
Oh, you're back. What did you learn? Was there something hidden in their stories, like we thought? Planets are often named by number. That second might mean the second planet in the system. What else did you learn? If there really is a location the Pilgrim wanted us to find, those do sound awfully like coordinates. Was there anything else? Yes. What he added to infinity. Maybe that points to a name. If we're looking for his resting place, we'd need to know the name of the star system, wouldn't we? Let's see. We have something that could be coordinates. Something that could point to a planet in the system. But what's the name of the system? Infinitum addendum. What if we break down the parts? No systems named finite or add. That just leaves in and dumb. Well, that's certainly how I feel. Yes, that's it. The second planet in Indum, at 4 and 120. That's where you'll find the Pilgrim's resting place. And from there, maybe you'll find the true meaning of unity. Before you go, you've now spoken to many different perspectives in our universe. In a way, you'll be carrying their philosophies with you on this journey. I know you're looking for a specific unity, but if you had to guess what it was, what interpretation would you give it? Ah, but what makes something like that holy? Gravity is also a... It is one of the great contradictions of belief. We feel the presence of something out there, but we insist that it is also everywhere. So you think this word unity describes that divine unknowableness that the pilgrim searched for? Well, I won't keep you any longer. This has been fun, I have to admit. Go, find your truth.
Aquilus has helped me through something.
You don't need to worry about it.
This place is a delightful relic tangled up with hope, grit, and science.
Morale in the lodge has been measurably reduced.
Sorry. I've been lost in thought for a bit. Oh, no. You have any idea how much of my time gets wasted by people who start conversations with that line? All right, let's get it over with. What amazing situation have you discovered that I can't possibly afford to pass up? And you've tried this drink? You think it'll sell? Right? Simple and definitive. I like that. If it were anyone else, I might be inclined to nod politely, express some vague enthusiasm, and suggest setting up a meeting that never happens. But I think you and I have been through enough that I'll trust you and take a chance on this. All right, here's what you're going to do. Go pay a visit to my lovely wife in Neon and tell her I said I've been thinking about rereading Jules Verne. You do that, and we'll get the necessary paperwork underway.
Hey, you might want this.
Hi there, Captain. Missed the sound of my voice, huh? Sorry, my pack's kind of a mess.
Quiet places to be, huh?
This place is looking great.
time to kill?
Glad to see you're back in one piece.
I'm all ears. Of course. The reality of... Let me know if you need a hand with anything.
How have you been?
Let's talk. When you have time, of course. Didn't know how much that was needed until just now. Hey, Captain. Can I talk with you for a bit? hadn't thought of doing that. But I love it. know I needed this. Exploring the galaxy with you by day, investigating the mysterious legal woes of my long-dead spouse by night. Vasco never appreciated my humor that much. I was just remembering how I'd pour my heart out to Vasco. So many times. I told him all about Irvin. He showed me a chart of how sad I should expect to feel. Oh, we got to point B many times just fine. Top-notch co-pilot. Would recommend him to anybody. Anyway, I'm glad you're here right now because we have things to discuss about Irvin's case. I heard back from my contact. They looked into Hephaestus Mining Corporation. Looks like they paid off the judge. And that's not all. My contact really came through for us. Turns out the witness was threatened until he withdrew his testimony. And thanks to our contact, we now have the receipts. No, my contact does for now. I trust them. We worked together a long time ago. And it depends on what I want to do with all the proof. If anything. Bank transactions. A precise amount was transferred to the judge only the day before the ruling. My contact has an audio log with the identity of the speaker verified, time-stamped, everything. I'm glad you're confident already. I'm not. I'm worried we don't have enough evidence. So I know a cyber runner who has accessed corporate archives before. They can dig into the classified archives. We can pay extra for them to use less legal methods to obtain information. I don't know. I guess that's a good question for a lawyer. I appreciate that, Captain. But I'll take care of any fines or bribes that come up from this. You have always been so supportive of me during this process. Let me take care of this part. Depending on what they find out, it might be time to talk to a lawyer. I'll see if I can find one. Whew. Taking on Hephaestus isn't going to be easy. And I say this as someone who's fought the Crimson Fleet. Maybe I should study up on the art of cross-examination. Might come in handy at the trial. Objection, Your Honor. I think our lawyer in Gagarin is the right choice. And I win. Wait, does that mean I'm a good lawyer? I caught myself in a paradox, it seems. Anyway, let's go adventure while we wait on the cyber runner to get back to us. risk this ship.
Did you moonlight as a gunsmith while working in the mines?
Everything checks out. Ending of mission.
Oh, low gravity. I love that feeling. don't need it now. Ready for this?
Falling back!
What?
That didn't take long at all.
Falling back now! Cover fire! Go! Go! Open fire!
Middle hill. Whoa.
go. Have a nice time in Aquila City.
Want to take some time to relax here, I get it. Just don't get too lost in the distractions. We have a lot to do.
Another day, another shift. People joke, say those Maroon zealots.
Have you tried one of our advanced teller machines?
Benjamin Bayou's Tower. It's big, all right. Not sure what else it is, but it's the Astral Lounge spared no expense with their mark. Pity, huh? Have something for you.
Say hello to my husband. I did enjoy watching your escapades around Neon with Walter. I'm sure it's all he'll talk about next time. Oh, has he now? My dear young man, What have you talked him into? And what better way than to leverage a starship builder? How very clever. Back before Walter and I married, he confessed that he had stashed away a credit stick in a copy of Around the World in 80 Days. Somewhere between a rainy day fund and a slush fund, he said he'd always had a bit of extra money set aside in case opportunities arose. I can't really fault him. They're his credits. He can do as he likes. But over the years, it's become something of a joke between us. When he wants to take a chance on something, it's his way of asking without asking if it's all right with me. I suppose it is. Sweeter when it pans out, but he does have a nose for these things. I'll draw up the appropriate paperwork for the funds. Thank you for bringing me his message.
Atlantis is the shining beacon of humanity these days, so they say. I'd argue that beacon of humanity should be measured in our overall survival.
You will be scanned as you enter the city.
Yes? What?
If I was rich, this whole business venture thing would be so much easier.
Whoa. This is really happening. Okay, I just lost the ability to think for a moment there. Hang on, give me a second. Whew, all right. That's really fantastic news. But we can't celebrate just yet. We're going to need at least one more solid investor. Oh, I'm sure he could fund most of the business in New Atlantis, if he doesn't already. That's not the point. If I put this all in the hands of a single investor, whoever that is suddenly has a lot of influence. If I have at least 2 investors to start, then one person isn't pulling all the strings, if any strings have to get pulled. Have I mentioned I'm not great with metaphors? So, having Walter backing us is fantastic, but I'd feel much better if there was a third party involved. If you know anyone, now's the time to call in a favor. Very clever. You are kidding, right? You do? I mean, are you really serious about this? Look, I will gladly take your credits if it means you and I can be partners on this, but I'm not trying to guilt you into it. So before you commit, I'm going to give you one last chance to back out. Okay? Wow. Wow! This is so amazing! It's you and me. Well, and Walter. But I'm sure it'll all work out. I'm afraid there's not much in the moment I can do to really thank you for this, but I promise you it will pay off. I've got some people to talk to, and a trip to Galbank in my future. Thank you again so much.
Stop by anytime you'd like to catch up.
Need me to back you up out there?
Okay, hello.
Excuse me.
Please have a pleasant day.
Ever run into spacers? Scumbags and scavengers. They're like vultures, picking away at the leftovers.
Ever wonder how the Crimson Fleet seems to be everywhere? It's because they have no one to do.
I swear, some planets just smell wrong. Like a warning somehow. Is stinky sense a thing?
Howdy.
Yes.
Glad to see some good research being done. But I can't say I'm less worried.
Hello. Just don't touch anything over here, okay?
Need something? Just say the word. That's correct. Ran logistics for the Devils for years before getting the assignment. Military logistics isn't usually thrilling work, but it's bone-crushing. Coordinating habitats for nightmares from the far side of Lantana 8B and their favorite breathing snack foods? Sure, why not?
Stocking the UC for a rancher who's got 2,000 grade A kilos of biomass he can ship to Mars per week? We call days like that Tuesday. So when I heard things might be opening up again, if anyone can pull off something as downright lunatic as that, it's these people. And I'll make sure they've got all the supplies they might need to make it a reality. Don't worry, I'll...
Look who it is. Why? I want to watch an old man squirm? What we did back then, we were trying to win a war. We used every tool we had, tools we were permitted to use at the time, to try and win it. Well, let's hope it never comes to that. But at least now, with the TMD, some of that work is finally being put to better ends. Makes looking back a little less painful.
Oh yeah. Known each other since the Xenoweapons team first set up on Mars.
You can imagine my shock when I walked into this place for the first time and found some plucky 19-year-old was gonna be my partner. We were supposed to be co-heads initially, but you've dealt with Hadrian. You can imagine about how long that lasted. But the Major knew her stuff. Saw potential in all her staff and knew how to get the best out of them. Kind of bull only an uncynical woman like Hadrian could pull off. For all the damage that group did, we were real tight-knit. Having that back, it's nice. Who knows? Probably need to cut me down and count the rings to figure it out at this point.
I joined UC DRIP, Defense Research and Initiative Program, right after graduation.
Worked on all kinds of projects, but I fell hard for Xenobio. Way I saw it, nature had already figured out plenty more than we ever will. So, why not just copy some of the answers? Initially, it was a lot of material sciences, using carapace to make tougher ship hulls, biofluids for helmet glass that didn't fog.
But when the war started looming, top brass in the UC military had other ideas for what we should be looking into. That's where Xenoweapons got started. There was a team before us, set up in some secret base somewhere, that laid down a fair bit of groundwork on the field. But when a lab accident took them down, they called on Hadrian and I to take up the mantle, set in motion everything that's come since.
You heard right. These terramorph attacks, they caught the UC off guard. UC brass doesn't like that. So, they want us patrolling the front lines of xenological life, ensure we've got intel on any possible new alien threats.
Which means, we need someone to track down said aliens, and harvest samples from them. And not just any sample from these animals is gonna do either. We're trying to build a comprehensive picture here, which requires specific cells from specific family lines of some oftentimes unfriendly creatures. But since dealing with unfriendly creatures falls square in your wheelhouse, well, I figured we might be able to recruit you for the task.
Glad to hear it. There is just one additional wrinkle. UC spec'd this as a one-person job, but I convinced them this sort of task merits expert backup. So, if you're interested, they've agreed to let you take Hadrian with you.
You'll have to convince her, of course. But I don't think she'll fight you too badly.
We could use Hadrian here, absolutely. But we have other scientists. Not a lot of other people can go up against apex predators and come home again and again. You and Hadrian are the right people for this job. I expect she wouldn't mind too badly being out there herself, so pay her a visit before you head out. Now, let's get you the details of your first quarry. Here you go. Head there, find your specimens, and bring those samples back here. I'll have a tech waiting outside to collect them from you.
And so you know, you shouldn't need to kill these critters to harvest the required cells. This isn't the same level of analysis we were doing with the terrible. little will go a long way. Just get close, take a few scrapings, get out before they see you. Don't let them get the best of you, all right?
I tell you guys, right? One of them is that stuff's all plastic, right?
That's correct. Would you happen to know the person's name?
Pardon?
I can get it for you.
Please do. I'll be sure it gets in the system.
Hey, you need something? Okay, I'm listening. What's going on? Been great so far. I'm happy to be working with Percival again. I think the TMD's set up to make a real difference in the settled systems. I'm honored to be a part of it. Things are good. It's nice to see the place cleaned up again. Brings back a lot of old memories. Backup? What does that have to do with me? Come with you? You can't be serious. There's no way Percival would okay that. I have important work to do here with the TMD. Expert backup, huh? Sounds like Percival's just trying to get me out of his hair. I don't know about this. Leaving the TMD is a big decision. Yeah, maybe. I have to admit, that trip to Londinium whetted my appetite for field work. I saw myself at the TMD for the long haul, but if Percival already okayed this, then I'm in. If you really need backup out there, I'll watch your six. Yeah, I think so too. Thank you for the offer. Really. It was unexpected, but... I'll head out soon. I just need to talk to Percival before I go. He's gonna get an earful for arranging this without talking to me about it first. See you, Captain. Hey.
Got my attention, Captain.
Pardon?
Excusez-moi. Yes, let's make sure we have everything. Be prepared for anything. Breathe in that technically suitable air.
Be out and about. Well, lives get stuffy sometimes. Hey, good to see you. I wouldn't say no to an upgrade.
Hey, Dad. Want to hear a joke?
Sure, Sweet Pea. The old man can always use a laugh.
Okay. Who can jump higher than a skyscraper in New Atlantis?
I don't know. Who?
Everybody! Skyscrapers can't jump!
You need me somewhere?
Ah, a face I never mind seeing.
Good to see you.
What can I do for you?
Let's get moving. Any new orders for me? Need something out of my pack?
Last night, well, all that physical training seems to have paid off.
There's a local creature there too. Need my help? Plenty of space in my pack if you need to unload some things. What do we have here?
are you, Captain?
You must be the one with the samples then. I'll get these logged ASAP. If you're interested in collecting more, you can speak to Dr. Walker. Oh, and your pay? Here you are. Thank you, Captain.
Hey, Captain. Yeah, I'm all right with that.
I've found something for you.
Acknowledging your hail. Deimos Star Yard is open for business 24/7. You're clear to dock.
Ship is now docked. Perfect. Didn't even smudge the paint.
Oh, pardon me. Was that your stomach or mine? I do, actually. Hey, Captain. Need help with anything? Finally. Let's get out of here.
Yes, Captain. Travel safely.
You keep installing new cool things in your ship. It's like Christmas every day.
And just what is on your mind at this moment? Eager to help, if I can. Indeed I do.
Perfect. We have so much to do, to see. Seems like it's more of a risk to keep around in its current state.
When humanity finally left the cradle of Earth behind, the United Colonies was born. Intrepid explorers and valiant colonists used Deimos starships to venture into space. When the UC defended itself from the Crimson Fleet, House Faroon, and the Free Star Collective, it was Deimos' state.
Welcome to Deimos.
Deimos is more than a star yard. It's a symbol of the UC.
They're a true piece of history. This is the heart of the UC. No other ship can hold a You should be honored to step foot in here.
What do we have here? A civilian in my star yard. Deimos prides itself on being the UC's first and last line of defense in space. But we're more than happy to protect and arm bold entrepreneurs that do their business among the stars. Deimos is the pride of the UC, and it is my privilege to welcome you. So, let's see about getting you a proper ship, one worthy of you. Excellent. Of course. This is not normal behavior. The best decision you've made. Yes, they are. I flew my longsword in 43 combat missions. It never once failed me. That's what you get with Deimos. Our ships have been battle-tested for decades longer than anyone else. I've had a long and successful military career. Deimos starships have played a major part in it. In fact, I'm sure that if I flew any lesser starship, I probably wouldn't be standing here right now talking to you. That's what Deimos affords you. The confidence to go soaring into the fire, the death, and know that you will make it out alive. Then you'll love the ships we have on offer. If you ever get into a combat situation, your enemies won't know what hit them. And that's the way it should be. When you get serious about your spacecraft, come back to Deimos.
That feeling of sitting in the cockpit of a longsword? There's nothing like it.
If you want to survive out there, you've come to the right place.
Do you...
Certainly. I think you'll be more than... Sorry to see you go.
These are hallowed halls.
hope Cora doesn't get too much underfoot.
Hello, excellent to see you.
Need something? Hey.
I'm up for a little adventure.
Ships separated. Engaging drive.
Facility crucible requires vital materials to sustain the mission. Transmitting coordinates on Corinthians 3. End of message.
One instant. Stars.
Approaching the ship, you've entered Freestar Collective space. Maintain your current course while we scan for contraband. And that's it. Enjoy Neon.
wonder if Ada's up to anything around here. We've never met, but I've heard about her among the science circle.
Origin detected. Designated outsider. This is an undisclosed secret location. Please identify purpose or depart. Acknowledging receipt of emergency request. Explanation deemed acceptable. Clearance granted to Crucible. Outsider will deliver 150 units of copper. Compensation will be dispensed.
Tobias, stand down. We have a visitor.
Reminder, deliver required material. End of conversation.
This is incredible. For so long we hoped for any visit, and the day has finally arrived. We see no one, ever. Your arrival is truly an historic one, but many fear what it portends. The societies have closed their doors and are arguing about what to do, while the rest hide to see which way the wind blows. Franklin would know what to do. He's the oldest among us. You should... Give it time, and I'm sure the others will come out. For curiosity's sake, if nothing else.
Yeah, no. Something's not right here, clearly.
Non-resident detected. Valid exception acknowledged.
When your ship landed, I feared the robots would shoot you on sight. I am greatly relieved that they let you enter our community, but you come during a delicate time. Everyone will seek to use your arrival to further their own ends. Where to begin? Maybe an introduction? I am Franklin Delano Roosevelt, leader of the Pragmatist Society. Well, it is gratifying that even after all these years, my name isn't entirely forgotten. You see, I was an American president. Well, not literally, but in a sense I was. Everyone that lives here are clones. Some of us are clones of the greatest figures of history, and others, well, we don't rightly know. When we die, and some of us die quite often, we are brought back. I cannot imagine how strange this must sound to an outsider.
Yep, strange is a word for it, all right.
Then you must live a remarkably interesting life. After decades, centuries, of trying to figure it out ourselves, there is so very much we don't know either. The robots clone us for a reason, their so-called mission. But what that is, and what we should do about it, is something the societies disagree about. Sometimes violently. It's best you meet with the other societies, and after, I promise I'll explain the pragmatist's position on matters. Please do. Word has been sent, so the street should be full again. There is more I would talk with you about, but I would not take advantage of your ignorance. Go speak with the Monerinas and Genghis Khan.
Genghis Khan, bro.
Got a moment?
Well,
Let's
you know,
catch
I
up.
think
Welcome to
this
town,
is a
stranger.
great stopping
Consider me
point.
part of the welcoming committee. The name's Wyatt Earp, and I'd be most pleased if you'd use one of the spare rooms during your stay. For a modest fee, of course. He was, and I try to be. I do the best I can to uphold the law, but the societies make that difficult. I expect I've had as much success restraining Genghis as the Chinese did. I do what I can. Roosevelt and I are both of the same mind on that. I can work with that. Well, I hope you enjoy your stay. And by the by, I may have access to some essentials I've picked up over the years. Happy to sell them to you. Hope you find what you're looking for.
Alien everything. Interesting.
I'm hoping you come back for some repeat business.
I just wish the societies could get along. You actually came from space.
And who are you supposed to be? Is that like a Pocahontas or something? I don't know. Oh, they're all wearing that outfit.
You don't get
never
old
mind.
on Crucible unless you're smart. FDR is the wisest of us.
The Renegades will use any means to escape Crucible.
Okay. Pragmatists and the Renegades, eh? Alright, well this is a good stopping point. I mean, this is literally just like, this is... I feel like this is going to turn into a whole thing, to be honest, and I got things I gotta take care of, so... not gonna be doing that. Until next time.